Hello, I want to come on here today to do a quick reading for you guys. I've been wanting to start these pick a card readings for a while now, so I'm really excited about getting going with this. Um, Today I have 4 piles for you to be able to choose from. Pile 1 here is the Wild Unknown Tarot with the lapis lazuli stone. You can see that there. Awesome. Pile 2 right here is the Disney Villains Tarot with a rainbow aura quartz stone. Pile 3, this one I got a long time ago. I think it's called the Fantastical Beasts Tarot, but I'll have to double check on that. Sorry guys. This one has a Spirit Aura Quartz. See if you can see the detail on that one. That is pile 3. And then pile 4 is the Nightmare Before Christmas Tarot and a malachite stone. You can see that one. So with this reading, you go ahead and just pick the pile that you are most drawn to, pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, or pile 4. And that is going to be your card reading. I will start the reading out by doing an overlook of the energy that you've been going through. This can kind of be a check for you to make sure that you've chosen a pile that resonates with you. But normally, whatever pile you are instinctively most drawn to, don't overthink it, just kind of your first impulse. That is usually the pile that you're going to want to find. And then after we establish your energy pattern and what you've been going through, we're going to get advice from Spirit on a look ahead, what's coming up next for you. So we'll go ahead and clear these out and start with pile 1. All right, pile 1 with the Wild Unknown Tarot and the lapis lazuli stone. Keep that stone right over here for you guys. This is first going to be the energy check of the energies that you've been going through, and then we're going to get more clarity on advice from Spirit for a look ahead. So you guys have the bee for your spirit animal energy. You have the gem for your archetype energy. You have surrender with the waning crescent moon for the goddess of the moon oracle. And then this pile in particular got 2 different cards for the oracle of the dragon fae. And this is Fernia with clarity and the dragon fae of rebirth, whose message is whole again. This is a really beautiful layout. Pile 1 for these cards for the energy of what you've been going through and what you're coming into. The bee in particular here, this talks about your work effort. This shows that, from what I'm seeing here, you are a very diligent person. You've been going through the paces of all of the day-to-day things that you're supposed to do in life. You're taking care of yourself, you're taking care of your responsibilities, you have a place in society that you feel like you fit into, or you're working towards that. And you've been doing very, very well with that. Like, that is something to be celebrated. But there's something more that you're being called towards here with the gem. This card here is showing that there is a gift inside that you are coming into greater contact with. The gift of your spirit. What you as a unique soul have to offer. So one of the things that is changing in the energy for you this month and coming ahead is that you are coming into greater contact with that deeper gift that you hold that goes beyond the mundane, beyond the day-to-day, everyday steps that you're going through. The clarity card here actually re-emphasizes this. This card is showing you beyond the ordinary, beyond what you see at first glance. This is showing you the deeper meanings to life, the deeper patterns behind everything, and the greater truth of your soul. This card is showing clarity, a greater level of clarity for looking within yourself and using that gift that you hold within to clarify where you fit into the world around you. It's taking you to a deeper place than just going through the motions. You're beginning to touch onto something greater. All in all, these cards really are showing that you are on a verge of rebirth or of spiritual growth. You're at that point right before a leaping off. That point right before the spark of something new, or right at the beginning of it. With surrender, again, this message is amplified because this is the card of surrendering to your inner knowledge, surrendering to the divine guidance of the universe, surrendering to those energetic ties that pull you in the right direction. This is what you're surrendering to. You're surrendering to your gift. You're surrendering to the call of your soul. And again, it is re-amplified in this card, the Dragon Fae of Rebirth, Whole Again. This talks about meeting all of the different parts of yourself, understanding and expressing all of the different parts of yourself. So, wow, this is a really beautiful combination to have here, and it's interesting just how much the messages of these cards support one another. So very strongly, again as a summary, this group of cards is showing pile 1 that you have been mastering the everyday steps that you need. You've been going through the motions, doing very well with whatever you're doing, whether it's taking care of your home life, your work life, your personal physical health. All of those things you've been working very hard at, you've been doing a very good job with. But looking ahead, it is time to integrate something greater, and you are already feeling the pull, feeling the call for this. You're starting to feel that gem, that beautiful treasure that you hold inside your spirit. And you are beginning, and you will continue this month and as you move ahead to get more and more clarity and support for letting that shine out. And the way that that's going to happen is through surrender. You're used to working hard. You're used to putting in all the effort to move forward, to make your goals happen. This month is calling you to actually take a step back, to have a moment of surrender, more than a moment really, but to work on incorporating that into your life, feeling the greater call of your spirit, surrendering to the messages of what the universe, of what your heart, of what your soul is telling you, and allowing that to shine a greater level of clarity for your path moving forward. This pile 1 is what is going to fuel your rebirth. This is a really beautiful message here. So I want to take a look at the tarot cards that I drew for your pile for messages from spirits of how you can best go about this, what advice they have for you this month and in this time period moving forward to help you with these energies that you're feeling with this transition point. So you have the Emperor, 6 of Pentacles in reverse, ooh, Ace of Wands, the World, and 9 of Cups in reverse. Awesome. I am seeing here in these cards a couple of important things. One of the things is this Emperor card. It is, it's emphasizing this energy of the bee. This is the master of the physical world. This is, you have everything laid out in front of you, the way that you feel that things should be going. This card holds a lot of power and a lot of authority, especially over yourself, over your own life. You're a person who is very much able to take charge and to make changes in your life. And again, with this rebirth card, we see this echoed here in the Ace of Wands. This is the start of something new, the spark of a new journey, of a new adventure, the lighting of a flame, the blossoming of a tree. This is a new adventure, a new chapter, a new experience that is coming into play. Over here, I'm seeing a look back. The Nine of Cups reversed and the Six of Pentacles reversed. These cards are telling me that you have experienced a emotional loss, an emotional pain in your past. I want to say recently, and it might not be that it was super recent, but it feels recent to your heart. Regardless of the actual time frame, the energy of this loss, whatever this emotional pain, emotional loss is, even if it might not be, recent as in it happened last week, the energy of it still sits on your heart. With this Six of Pentacles in reverse, this is telling me, I see these as being connected, and this is telling me that there was a physical loss that you suffered in conjunction with this emotional loss. And what I mean by that is you were very diligent here in planning out your life a certain way, in going through all of the steps that you needed to accomplish your goals. You're someone who is very driven, who's not afraid of hard work, and who expects to have to work hard to take the steps that they need to move forward. This emotional loss and pain that you suffered threw you off of your the physical blueprint, the blueprint of what you thought your life would physically look like in front of you. This could be the home that you thought you had. This could be, the type of job, money, or income. It could also have to do with physical home, family, and the planning out of your life. You had put forth a lot of effort. That's what you do. That seems to be your pattern here. You put forth a lot of effort into your physical life, and you thought that you were going to be able to harvest that, but you weren't. You were not able to reap the harvest from the efforts that you put in. And that is what causes the deepest of the emotional pain from this loss. There's a sense here of feeling cheated. You said, I worked hard, I was the busy bee, I was the emperor, I was strong and independent and resourceful, and I went to work even when it was difficult, and I studied even when it was hard and I didn't think I could do it. Whatever it was that you were diligently working on, you're sitting here saying, I worked hard, I put in the effort, I was supposed to get the reward, and I didn't. There's a sense of feeling cheated out of that. This loss and pain, looking back on this unexpected, whatever this was, is actually an important spark, a fuel that is pushing you towards this greater and deeper inner growth. It's pushing you towards this new way of looking at things, holding surrender and allowing that to provide your clarity, of trusting your soul, your heart, your intuition, above your logical mind. You'll still have your logical mind, still hold that strength and that balance. You're not getting rid of your strength here. Your strength will still help you. But you're also tapping into a new kind of strength. You're looking at the world in less of a physical way that you may be used to. And you're trusting in that deeper spiritual guidance. You didn't get the harvest that you thought you would, but there is a harvest yet to come for you. And we see that with the Ace of Wands and the World card. The world is the completion of a cycle. It is promises fulfilled. It is blessings, abundance, and all of the possibilities of new beginnings wrapped into one. This is the world of opportunity, the world of possibility. This shows so many things, so many beautiful things being opened up for you. And this shows your initiation, that you are going to be driving forward into this path ahead. But over here we see the clarity of how you will accomplish that. It's not how you thought before. But that loss is what steers you towards surrender and allows you to rebuild in a different way. And the promise to come is that it will be beautiful. It will be all-encompassing. You have the entire rainbow hidden in here. I don't know if you can see that, but I love how, with this world card, the beautiful rainbow edges that outline this. This is a promise of dreams fulfilled that you have not even dreamed yet. And you will find it by following your heart and your soul with surrender and trust to the universe. I know this was a quick one for today, but thank you so much. I hope that this message resonates with you, Pile 1, and that this gives you some clarity going forward in your life and for this month or short time period ahead. Thank you so much. And I'm going to switch over to Pile 2. Oh, that one's not Pile 2. Here we go. Pile 2. This is your reading. If you chose the Rainbow Aura Quartz and the Disney Villains Tarot. I'm going to take a moment first, though, and read your oracle cards to get clarity on your situation, and then we're going to get a little extra advice from Spirit. So this is going to be a little more of where you've been and what is bringing you to this point, and then we'll take a little bit more of a look ahead after that. So you have the Vulture for your Spirit Animal card. You have the Anima Mundi, and this is your archetype card. You have Beauty with the Waning Gibbous Moon from Goddess of the Moon Oracle, and from the Oracle of the Dragon Fae, you have Dreamcatcher, Dreaming Your Wisdom. Wow, this is a really beautiful setup of cards here. This is really gorgeous. But I can see in your past here, you have been through some difficulties. There is something dark here sitting in your past, very difficult to walk through, that you had to pick yourself up and drag yourself out of. However, the stronger message here is that you were able to take a dark and difficult situation and you were able to make it something useful, something resourceful. You were able to use it to fuel your growth. Vultures eat dead animals. They clean up the decay and the death, and they use it to fuel themselves. They use it to fuel their growth. And this set of cards shows me that you have been able to do the same. You picked yourself up from this darkness that you went through. You walked through your path, and you, most importantly, used it to fuel your growth, to fuel your beauty. These two cards right here are very interesting to me, the Anima Mundi and the Beauty card, because both of these talk about seeing the beauty in everything. This card here talks about everything being connected, that all is one. The interconnection of spirit, and truly seeing the beauty in all things, in all paths, in all people, in all experiences. Seeing the light in the dark. And there's so much that comes through with that in this reading for you, is seeing the light in the darkness. I think that's one of the strongest messages here that I could sum this up to. With this beauty card, this is not just beauty in the traditional sense that we experience it, but it is learning to see the beauty in all things. I don't know how well you can see it on the camera here, but there's a face in this card. Here's the outline of it, the eye, the lips. There's this beautiful face that's in this card, but when you look more closely at it, this card is flowers and a leaf and butterflies. But when you look back at it from a little farther away, you can see the beauty and the face. This is about finding beauty in everything. This is not necessarily beauty in the traditional sense, but this is being able to appreciate the deeper meaning of beauty in the world, and to be able to find that in everyday life, in difficult situations, in everything. There's a message here of calling you to seek that, to find the things that you find beautiful, even if they are not traditionally beautiful or classically beautiful. The things that are beautiful to you, go towards that. This is a message of, this message is telling you to spend some time with that. Don't be afraid of other people's opinions or mindsets or what they think at all. Go towards the things that your heart finds beautiful, because in that you will find peace and you will find growth. This message is actually echoed again in the Dreamcatcher card. This oracle is one of protecting you from darkness. The Dreamcatcher has two functions. It traps the bad. It keeps away nightmares. It protects you from the darker realities of the world that you have experienced. This is a message of protection that's coming through to you, that you do not have to walk through the darkness that you once did. You are coming out. You are already out of that time period of your life. That is not, and what's being promised to you ahead is something more beautiful. The Dreamcatcher, as a twofold message, shines this light. It not only traps the bad, but it provides a gateway for the higher good, for the light to come through, for messages and for wisdom. Quite literally, especially this month, in the month ahead, I would pay attention to your dreams. You may very well be given messages, feelings, even if it's not straightforward. You may dream of something that's strange but makes you happy, but makes you experience beauty. Try to make note of that when you wake up. Remember, write it down. What was it that spoke to you, even if it's in the most unexpected ways? Because in that, there is a special bit of wisdom just for you, and it's all about leading you out of this darkness, which you have already passed. Even though you still feel it in your heart, I'm sure, but you truly have already passed out of it. And it's pulling you into this realm of beauty and love and acceptance. The messages that you receive in your dreams, the little pieces of beauty that light up your heart in your everyday world, are what are going to help pull you in the right direction and show you that you are already there. But it will help open your eyes. It will help open your eyes to the blessings that are all around you. I'm really excited to see what cards were drawn for this one. I'm very excited about this. So I'm going to go ahead and just jump right into these. 10 of Cups reversed, Ace of Swords reversed, 10 of Swords, very interesting, and 6 of Cups. Wow, okay, awesome. This really re-emphasizes this message that we had come through before about the vulture. I'm seeing more about this now, actually, and how this has affected you. Whatever this darkness was, it was very dark. The message here, 10 of Cups in reverse. This is upright, the card of emotional blessings and outpouring and abundance. Reversed, this is showing that it feels like you have lost this. It feels like that darkness, that place of darkness, took that from you. It took not just your happiness, but your hope for happiness. There was a period of time when you were in this darkness where you didn't even have the hope for happiness in the future. And I'm so sorry that you went through whatever that darkness was, because I can feel that. That was very intense for you. Ace of Swords reversed. You couldn't even think of a new pathway forward when you were in this before. You couldn't even think of a new pathway forward. But somehow you did overcome that. You are out of whatever that situation is now. You have overcome those energies. Even if it doesn't feel like it, or if you haven't realized it yet. I think for some of you, you do know that you were out of it. Maybe there was a clear cut point where you know you were able to step away, move forward, move on, whatever the case may be. For some of you, I feel like it may have been not as clear cut. It might be something that you don't really know the point when you did step out of it, but looking back on it now, you can see, you can feel, most importantly in your heart, that you have come out of that level of darkness now. And this is, again, this is the main message that this is bringing to you, is opening your eyes to the fact that you are out of it now, and that you are in a space of light and a space of blessings. And that may be strange for you, especially depending on how long you were in this state of darkness. I feel like for some of you, this may have been a short time period that was nonetheless very, very intense, and that it's almost a breath of fresh air for you to come out of it, and for you to not have to experience that anymore. For some of you, this was actually a very long, drawn out period. So I feel like it may be going two different ways, depending on who you are choosing this pile and where this is resonating with you. But some of you were in this for a very, very long period of time. This may have even been a generational thing for some of you, to where you didn't even know that it could be different, is the message I'm wanting to say. You couldn't even imagine a life where you didn't feel this, where this just felt like the baseline for some of you. But looking back on it, you're realizing that things are different now, that you are out of that, and you're beginning to look and trust in that light more and more, and to be able to come into what that experience feels like to you in your life, even though it may feel very strange if you're not used to it. If you were one of the group of people for this pile, that this was a long-term darkness. You may not be used to experiencing life in a different way. You may not be used to the light. You may be looking back on it going, can this really be? Like, can things really be this good? Can things really be okay? And the message here coming through for you is that it can. And the things that are going to be coming to you and are going to be happening in your life are specifically to show you that life does not have to be this way. It can be this way. This Ten of Swords here, this card is a dead stop. Completely over, done, dead stop. And this is showing with even more clarity and definity. It's emphasizing that the darkness and the pain is over and done. That period of time, regardless of what it was, you had to walk through it for a reason. Your soul chose to walk through it for a reason. There was some sort of growth and strength and resourcefulness. Again, I'm getting very strongly resourcefulness from this, that you were able to get out of it. But it's very important to know that it is done now. It may feel strange to be in a new place, a new point in your life, but that is over, and you are in that new space. With this Ace of Swords, there's another message that I'm getting coming through with this one as well, and that is, there's an element here of turning off your logical mind. We had a card of surrender come up in a different pile earlier, and it's almost a message of surrender, but it's surrendering overthinking, over planning, over analyzing, surrendering that part of your logical mind, because that part of your logical mind has been programmed with doubts, with telling you that things can't be okay. It's trained itself to look for the negative in order to protect you, because that's what you needed at this point of your life. That's what you needed when you were in the darkness. You had to protect yourself. But now that you're coming into the light, there's a message here of turning off that logical mind, of stepping away from it and not letting it rule you, because you need to allow it to reprogram. Your logical mind needs to step back so that you can learn and accept this new, more beautiful emotional abundance for your life. And this final card here, this is talking about emotional abundance. This is a promise of blessings. This may be something that you dreamed from a very young age, that you've held as a wish throughout your life. But this is the promise of blessings and good things to come, and that are in fact already here. It's not even that they're coming. There are still more coming. There's beautiful blessings coming for you, but there are also blessings and beautiful things that are already here. And the greater message is not that you need to do anything, or try to get these blessings, or try to, come into this point of growth in your life. All you need to do is to slow down, to step back, to allow yourself to see it. That's the main message here. Allowing yourself to see the beauty that is in all things. Allowing yourself to see the light and the abundance which you are now blessed with. Wow, this was a really beautiful reading. Pile 2, thank you very much for tuning in here and checking this out. I hope that this resonates with you. I'm very interested to hear, I would be very interested to hear how your month ahead ends up looking, and if this ends up being something that resonates and holds true for you, because this is a really beautiful reading, Pile 2. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I'm going to go ahead and clear this off for Pile 3. All right, we're going to go ahead into Pile 3 here. Pile 3. This is your pile if you chose the Fantastical Beast Tarot and the Spirit Quartz. I love this one. Super pretty and shiny. I don't feel like you can see quite how pretty and shiny and colorful it is on the camera. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous stone. One of my new favorites. If you chose Pile 3, this is going to be your reading. First, we're going to pull your energies here from the Oracle cards, and then we'll get some more clarity and advice from Spirit with the Tarot. let's see. You, pile 3, have the lamb for your spirit animal card. Ooh, you have the vision for your archetype card. You have attraction with the supermoon. Oh my goodness. For the goddess of the moon oracle. Wow. You have the dragon fae goddess Tiamat for the oracle of the dragon fae card. Wow. Okay. This is pretty cool. Pile 3. Wow. I'm seeing a couple of things in this. First, there is a message of innocence and a message of peace. You're a very peaceful and innocent heart. Inside your heart, the truest parts of yourself. You are a very beautiful, peaceful, loving, caring, gentle soul. Whether or not you feel the world allows you to express that as you would like, that is the truth of your soul. This message is calling for two things. It's calling you to honor that beautiful peace within your soul, that beautiful, peaceful, gentle person that you are on the inside, but also, I don't know if you can see this here, but the message with this card, the dragon fae goddess Tiamat, you are stronger than you think. It is also calling you to recognize your strength. You are a beautiful, innocent lamb, but you are also so much more than that. You are also so much stronger and more powerful. This is your strength. But you can do so much more with this. This energy does not make you weak when you hold this in your heart. You are learning to use that to express the strength of your soul and the truth of your being. This card here with the vision. This is a very important time in your life, pile 3, where you are coming to see more clearly the strength of who you are and how to best express yourself in this world. What's important here is this is not a hardening of your heart. When you truly express your strength, when you truly stand in your strength, it allows you to keep the gentle nature of your soul. There's a balance to be had with those two things. There's a way for you to express your strength and still hold your softness. And you are beginning to find that clarity, the vision. The vision is beginning to unfold for you. This is not just one spark of a moment, one, psychic burst of, now I see clearly. This is a slow unfolding of your true and full potential that you are beginning to experience, to tap into, that is coming into greater clarity for you. And you're going to see this unfold in the every day-to-day pieces of your life. Just simple everyday things that happen to you are going to start to provide more and more clarity to this vision. They're going to start to show you more and more examples of ways in this life that you can express your strength and still hold your softness. Life is going to begin giving you more and more opportunities to do this, and you'll recognize them every time they come in front of you. And like I said, this is I'm getting the message that this is a slow process of growth. So you may have a day where you recognize that there's an opportunity that has come before you to display your strength, and maybe you fall back into your shyness, your more gentle self. Maybe you look at the situation and realize, I didn't quite rise to meet this the way that I would like to. That is also a good thing. That is part of your vision and part of your growth. There will also be times when you have an experience or an encounter and you look back on it and say, wow, I really stood up for myself, stood up for my boundaries, stood up for my beliefs, expressed my strength, but stayed true to my heart in that situation. You will begin to encounter more and more frequently opportunities in life that give you the experience to know the difference, to make those choices, and to slowly build yourself into that beautiful state of balance that you are being drawn to. With this card right here, the supermoon attraction, the way that this happens is going to be almost effortless. This is not something that you have to really try to do. You don't have to look for these situations. You don't have to say, oh, I'm going to be more assertive. I'm going to stand in my strength. All that you have to do is feel it inside your heart. That is how attraction, that is how manifestation works. All that you're going to do is feel it in your heart, and the experiences, the growth is going to be drawn to you like a magnet. You are not going to have to go out and look for it. It is coming to you. It is already meant for you. It is already on its way. It is already laid out at a pace that will be comfortable for you, that won't be too much or too little. There is a divine plan here, where there are experiences and a pathway that are laid out for you in this reading is meant to be for the month ahead, but I'm seeing this being an even longer stretch for the coming months ahead for you, pile 3. Multiple months. This is going to be a slow pace, but it's going to be just right. And through coming into your power and holding that softness in your heart, there are blessings that are going to just simply be attracted to you, just find their way to you like a magnet, that will just show up in your life. And when you look back, I'm getting the message of 3 to 4 months. When you look back at your life 3 to 4 months from now, you will be in awe of the blessings that have come to you and the personal growth that you have achieved. So please, pile 3, look back on this. Make a note to look back on this 3 to 4 months from now, because this may feel like a slow and steady pace as you're walking through it, but once you hit that point and you look back, you will be amazed. And I hope that you tune back in here and that I get a chance to take another look with you at how far you've come and how much that you've grown. Wow, there's so much in these cards. I almost forgot to do the rest of your tarot. This was such a big message in so few cards. So let's see what else there is to say here. Yeah. The High Priestess with divine intuition, with deep spiritual messages and blessings that are coming through. The Page of Wands with initiating something new. The spark of creativity, the spark of what you can create. 8 of Cups in reverse. Knight of Pentacles in reverse. The Fool. And the World. You got a few extra tarot cards, pile 3, than some of the other piles did. You just had more that wanted to come out in this one when I was shuffling for them. Wow, there is actually an even deeper message in here. So this is really neat. This High Priestess is an echo of this message of trusting your intuition, finding that beautiful balance, coming into the highest version of yourself. Over here, we have a little something different, another little message that's coming through. King of Pentacles in reverse. This is something that has contributed to you seeing yourself as the lamb. There was an element of disappointment. This is a figure in your life, a person in your life. For some of you, I have a feeling that I have a sense that this can go two different ways and two different interpretations, depending on who all is watching this reading and choosing this pile. In one of these interpretations, they're both going to be a little different. One of these interpretations is that this is representing a person. It is a male authority figure in your life. It could be a father figure, but it doesn't have to be. It's most importantly, this is a male figure in your life that has importance, that you feel like has some authority and power, but who was not stable. This masculine influence in your life was not physically stable, was not able to create a sense of stability in your home, could be home, it could be finances, it could just be the regular, everyday, day-to-day patterns of life. But there was a lack of instability, of imbalance here. And this partially led you to almost a victim mentality, of feeling like you're weaker than you are. For other people, this may not be like a father or an authority figure. It may have been a cultural influence, the way that the world is set up, but there's a message of an imbalance of masculine authority and physical power here, that this is what led you to feel, I'm getting almost victim energy, to feel like a victim, to feel weak, to feel small. That's what it is I'm trying to say here. To feel weak, to feel small, to feel like you need to be quiet, to be, I'm hearing the phrase seen and not heard. So this could be something that you experienced in childhood. Seen and not heard. It's coming across very strongly here by something physical and masculine in this world, and strong. There is how you perceived it anyway. This air of authority that separated you from the sense of your own power. Eight of Cups. It hit you in a very emotional sense. It made you feel less than. Whatever this power, energy, influence, authority, whatever this was, it made you feel less than others, less than your true potential. It made you feel less than. And the message that's coming through for this is realizing that you are not. Realizing that this was an outward influence, that was affecting you, that was holding you back, that was causing you to feel less, and that you are free to let go of that now. And indeed you are. The Fool is beginning a new journey You are stepping into a new version of yourself. This card also holds innocence and naivety within it. So again, I am getting a lot of resonance here of the energy of a child, the energy of your childhood. You may be doing inner child healing work, and if you're not, it actually may be something that would be very beneficial to you. Whether you do this through more of an energy perspective or like a psychological perspective, if you're someone who feels comfortable working with psychologists, or if you're just on your own journey of personal growth. Taking a look back at your childhood and the way that the world made you feel small, made you feel weak, made you feel insignificant. You're going to be taking a look back at that, and you're going to be finding your inner strength. You're going to be sparking right here with the Page of Wands. You're going to be sparking that inner fire, igniting that passion, that drive, knowing that you have the power to make a difference in the world. You are stronger than you think. You are just at the beginning of that journey, but the end is limitless. Your potential is limitless, and you are just now beginning to feel that. Trust in that. Pile 3. Trust that you are stronger than you think, that your potential, your inner strength is limitless. That you can still hold that innocent heart, but that you are not small, you are not less than. That the blessings that you seek and the strength that you envision are being drawn to you effortlessly. All you need to do is sit back and pay attention. Pay attention is the message that I'm getting here. Pay attention to those small, everyday opportunities for growth. Take a look back at the patterns in the past that contributed to you feeling a certain way. And look for the opportunities, the small opportunities every day that come about to change those patterns and to grow you into the highest version of yourself. Wow. Thank you so much, Pile 3, for watching this. I hope this resonates with you. Let me know in the comments. I'm very interested to hear if it does. And I'd also love to hear back from you in about 3 or 4 months at how far you have come, how much you have progressed on this journey. Because I'm getting the message very strongly that although it may feel like a slow and steady pace at first, when you look back, you will be amazed at that growth. And I wish you all the best in that journey. You are stronger than you think, Pile 3. Thank you. We'll clear this out for Pile 4. Pile 4, this is the last pile of our reading today. If you chose the Malachite Stone here, and the Nightmare Before Christmas Tarot, one of my favorite decks. This is going to be your reading. Let me first lay out your oracle cards to get a little better view of the situation, current situation, or what led to this point. This is getting a feel on your energy before we get some more advice about how to progress forward in the month ahead. Your deck had actually 2 cards. Your pile had 2 cards that came out for Spirit Animal. You have the Nightingale and the Camel. We're going to lay that out here today. That feels right. You also have, the Seed. the seed for your archetype card. It's pretty here. For the Moon Oracle card, you have protection. Oh. And for the Oracle of the Dragon Fae, you have guardians. The guardians with the message, fly high. Wow. All right. Pile 4, you are coming up to a very interesting point in your life. You're coming up to a point of very strong growth. Something new in your life is being initiated. And I just want to start out diving right in with this, that you have a lot of protection. This new spark, this new seed, this new endeavor, this new growth, it will be protected, it will be guarded. There is a promise here of something greater than you watching over this and ensuring that this seed is safe to grow. The energy that you have coming through here of the nightingale and the camel. The nightingale is a very, very small, it doesn't stand out, it's not very colorful, and it has the most beautiful, enchanting song. This is a card of using your voice. This is a card of the blessings that you hold within and being unafraid to share them with the world. Being unafraid to speak up, to speak out, to speak your truth. There's a lot of throat chakra energy here. If you do any chakra work, or if you're drawn to that at all, I highly encourage you to specifically do some work with your throat chakra. You could actually do this very easily in your everyday life, singing songs that resonate with your heart, that speak to your soul, is saying what you feel like you have to say in the moment, and not letting yourself be silenced. You are coming into a time to speak your truth, in a time where it is safe, where you are protected, to bring those truths out into the world. The camel is very resourceful. It is able to take care of itself in every way. You may have been used to having to take care of yourself, and being a very self-sufficient person. So this level of protection, this guardianship that is being shown to you here, it may be very new to you. I get the sense that it's very new to you. It might not be comfortable even. When you're used to always relying on yourself, standing on your own 2 feet, it may be a bit of a challenge. It may be, something different, to allow yourself to be protected, to feel that sense of security, that you are guarded. But that is a very important message that's coming through for you, Pile 4. To be able to know that you don't have to be the only one to rely on yourself, to know that you don't have to rely on yourself, that you can lean on others, that you can have the strength and the support and the protection of others. This is part of that seed. This is part of something new that's sparking for you. And it's going to lead you to that level of comfort, to express a part of yourself that you may not have expressed before. I don't get the impression that you view yourself as someone, or maybe that others would view you as someone who was unafraid to speak their truths. Like, you seem like you were very strong and resourceful and able to take care of yourself by any means, in any situation. But there was a level there under the surface. There's something soft about your inner core that you didn't feel like you were able to express, and you may or may not have even realized that. But this month ahead and this new stage in your life that you are coming into is going to allow you to feel that and allow you to express that by learning to accept help and guidance from others. The message here with Fly High also talks about seeing situations from a different point of view, seeing more of a top-down, an overview, a bigger picture, not just the everyday, what's right in front of your face to push through, but the larger picture. You may be discovering an element of spirituality or a deeper spiritual connection than what you had before. Let's take a look at your tarot cards, because I want to see what other advice and message. Oh yes, that Spirit has for you here. Okay. Wow. Chariots. Oh, there was another one in here. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to move these over just a little. Yes, actually, some of these messages are coming through a lot more strongly now with this. So, again, over here, I'm getting the message of having to rely on yourself. This is really echoing the energy of the camel here. You're very used to having to rely on yourself to be able to get through anything. This card right here, Three of Potions, is Three of Cups. Three of Cups is usually a card of celebration with others, of emotional connection and community with other people. In reverse here, it's showing a disconnect from that. It's again echoing this message of being resourceful, standing on your own, taking care of what you need, of lacking that connection, that celebration, that deeper emotional bond with other people. There was a wall up there. There was a wall, Power 4. And I think that that's what this seed is starting. When you are this strong of a person, when you are used to doing everything on your own, that wall doesn't come down easily. It's a process. And the wall is not going to just come down and melt away over the course of this next month, but this next month is the seed. It is starting the seed of letting that wall down, of tapping into a deeper emotional connection with your heart, with the people around you, with your intuition. Again, with the moon, this could perhaps be your spiritual side for a deeper spiritual connection. Regardless of how that looks to you, it may be religious, it may be trusting in the universe, trusting in yourself, opening up your heart. But you're being drawn towards that. And that's not usually where you find your strength. And even if it is, even if there is a realm of that you were drawn to before, it was still very guarded. It was still very much not in connection with others. You are opening up to that connection now in a way that you've not before. And it's really interesting that these two cards came out at the same time. Two of Needles. This is the Two of Swords card, and the Chariot. It's funny that these two came out together because this is the card of standstill, of stopping, of closing your eyes, listening, hearing, feeling, analyzing, thinking, but not of movement. And this is a card of movement, of travel, of moving forward, of going to new places. So the dual message that's coming through here is in the physical, in the intellectual, in your mind, in your resourcefulness. You are stopping your old patterns, your old habits, your old, well, it's the walls. You are stopping that knee-jerk reaction of pulling up the wall, of shutting people out, of locking down and saying, no, I can do it on my own. Of course you can. You've done that. You're used to that. But this is putting the pause on that knee-jerk reaction and pulling you into something new. This is a new land, a new experience, a new way of looking at the world, a new way of living. Trusting your heart and trusting others. Trusting others with your heart. That song that you hold. It's not that you're afraid to say what needs to be said, but there's a song you hold inside. There's a softness. There's an element of your heart that you have kept hidden. And the message that you are getting in this month, it won't all happen at once, but the message that you are getting for this month, Pile 4, is that you are now protected, you are guarded, you are in a safe place in your life, that you can begin to let down that wall, to break down that shell, and to let that seed within your heart grow. To sow the seeds of connection, of deep, true, deep emotional connection on a level that you have not yet experienced. You're going to start to let those walls down and to let that come through. It's going to allow you to feel like you can express yourself, and most importantly, express your softness in a way that you've not experienced before. Wow, this is a really beautiful and powerful message, Pile 4. It's a scary thing. It is a scary thing to be so strong and yet to be called to be so vulnerable. But that is the message for you to begin in this month ahead. It's a big project. You don't have to tackle it all at once, but to begin in this month ahead. Also, I don't know if you can see it in this card, but there are dragonflies hidden here, and for some reason these are standing out so very strongly to me. I want you to keep a lookout for dragonflies in this month ahead, and when they come to you, know that this is a sign of that protection that I'm talking about for you specifically. This is going to be a physical reminder of this message. When you see those dragonflies, I want you to remember this. And I want you to know in that moment, that is a message of letting you know that you are protected enough to let your guard down and to expose your heart. Ooh, thank you so much for joining me here today, Pile 4. I really hope to be able to connect with you again and to see how you're progressing along this journey, because this is a big, powerful, vulnerable journey that you are undertaking. And I wish you all of the best with it. Thank you so much, Pile 4. And thank you everyone who tuned in to hear these messages today. I hope to be able to speak with you again. Thank you so much, and have an amazing and powerful month ahead.